All right, so I wanted to give my thoughts on the whole Meyers Leonard situation. So those of you that don't know, this guy plays in the NBA. He's a power forward, I believe. He's a power forward for the Miami Heat. And he just recently said a derogatory term on a live stream in, I think it was a Twitch stream or something like that. But it was towards Jewish people. It was a really bad word towards Jewish people, and I had never heard of this word before. And so I had to do my research on that, and I learned that it was basically equivalent to the N-word. And knowing that, like, that's a pretty big, pretty bad word, right? So yeah, he said that during the live stream, and that's kind of been the talk this week surrounding the NBA. With the hypocrisy that the NBA does, they're probably not going to live by that logic of, if somebody says something like this, then technically by their logic, he should be fired immediately. He should be shamed publicly, and he should never be able to play in the league again. I'm willing to bet they're not going to do that to this guy because he's one of them, essentially. So looks like he's being fined $50,000 and suspended for a week. That sounds like a pretty easy consequence, if you ask me. So yeah, I didn't expect them to do much of anything for this. By the leftist logic or whatever, like I said, he should be deemed as scum of the earth. So do I think he should? That's another question. Let me just be straight with you guys. Like, I'm not Jewish, I'm not black or anything, so I mean, I can't really say from experience or say from my point of view. All right, sorry about that, guys. I had to cut the video right there. I had to run and do something. But picking up where I left off, I believe I was saying, talking about the word itself. So yeah, we're talking about the Meyers Leonard situation with what he said. So yeah, I talked about like how the hypocrisy and everything is going to be with the NBA. I know there's going to be some level of hypocrisy there. But yeah, I wanted to talk about like what he said, and I didn't know what the word meant. I think I mentioned that earlier. I didn't know what the word meant, so I had to do some research on that. But it does seem like a really bad word, and this makes a lot of people get behind the fact that they are taking it very serious. Some people are taking it very serious and want this guy canceled. Hence cancel culture, right? As much as I like, look, I'm not Jewish, I'm not black, clearly, so I can't really comment on this word itself in this specific situation, because if you're offended by it, then that's fine, I think, because of how severe the word actually is and how offensive it is to certain people. It's starting to rain. I'll just have to talk louder. The problem though with this is how things like Mr. Potato Head gets canceled, and Pepe Le Pew and Dr. Seuss, is because a lot of good people, a lot of understanding people get behind things like this. That leads them, my point is, they don't have an end game. There's nowhere they're going with this. They're going to keep going. This is going to make people, there's no end to it. This is going to make people keep pushing and limit this and limit that. And at the end of the day, everything can be offensive to somebody, right? At the end of the day, it is a word. This is a word. Like, I get it that it's an offensive word, and it's pretty bad, right? It's pretty bad to say this word. from what I'm hearing. But at the same time, we need to stop being so offended by words. Now, do I think this guy should get off scot-clean without any consequence? No, I think he should have some level of consequence. But at the same time, I just think this is what leads to those silly things being canceled, for somebody being offended, because at the end of the day, everyone can be offended by anything, you know, no matter how little it is, no matter how silly it is. So that's why I just wanted to bring that up, and that's why I think we just need to stop being so offended by words. Can we not just look at people's actions more? The fact that people like might slip up sometimes, does that automatically deem them a terrible person? Like some people are gonna think, depending on what people say, like you're all of a sudden scum of the earth. Now whenever you are that, and that means like these people want you essentially executed, right? You're dead to them. You're nothing. And is that really what we want to do by saying a word? A word? I don't know. I think we need to take a step back and realize, hey, this is a word. You can be offended. Once again, you can be offended and everything, but this is what that leads to. This is what it leads to, that silly stuff. And so I just wanted to throw my 2 cents in there and kind of continue on with this video and pick up from the car. So hopefully you could hear me and everything with the poor audio, but thank you guys for watching. As always, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.